The movie starts off with 17-year-old Megan Bloomfield, a bubbly and seemingly perfect high school senior, living the dream life of any small-town cheerleader. She's got the moves, the pom-poms, and even the classic high school boyfriend, Jared, a football player whose love of protein shakes is rivaled only by his passion for the game. Megan's life looks like a perfectly choreographed cheer routine, at least from the outside. But beneath the surface, things aren't as picture-perfect as they seem. For starters, Megan isn't exactly head over heels for Jared. Sure, he's nice enough, but kissing him feels more like a chore than a thrill. Megan's mind often wanders when she's supposed to be focusing on her boyfriend to her fellow cheerleaders. She's drawn to them in ways she can't quite explain yet, a mixture of admiration and something deeper she doesn't dare name. Then there are the little things, her love of vegetarianism, her obsession with Melissa Etheridge songs, and her complete indifference to Jared's attempts to make out during study sessions. Her friends and family notice these quirks and, to Megan's bewilderment, start connecting the dots to arrive at a conclusion she's never considered: Megan might be a lesbian. The suspicion grows until it becomes too much for her loved ones to ignore. That's when they stage an intervention. One day, Megan arrives home to find her parents, friends, and even her cheerleading coach gathered in her living room with grim expressions. Leading the charge is Mike, a self-proclaimed ex-gay counselor who was here to save the day, or at least save Megan from her apparent descent into homosexuality. Caught off guard, Megan is utterly confused. Lesbian? Her? She's got a boyfriend. She's a cheerleader. But her protests fall on deaf ears as Mike and her parents present their evidence: the vegetarianism, the lack of enthusiasm for Jared, the Melissa Etheridge CD in her room. The final nail in the coffin? Megan's habit of staring just a little too long at her teammates during practice. Before she knows it, Megan is packed up and shipped off to True Directions, a reparative therapy camp that promises to turn gay teens straight through a highly questionable 5-step program. Arriving at True Directions is like stepping into an alternate universe. The camp is a pastel nightmare, all pink and blue decor designed to reinforce traditional gender roles. The founder, Mary Brown, rules with an iron fist and a saccharine smile. Mary is the embodiment of conservative propriety, though her over-the-top methods suggest a deeply rooted insecurity about her own beliefs. Assisting her is her son Rock, a muscular but dim-witted young man whose supposed heterosexuality is as convincing as Mike's. Megan is introduced to the other campers, a motley crew of teens sent to fix themselves. There's Andre, the flamboyant theater kid who clearly has no interest in conforming to masculine norms, Sinead, a grungy girl with a rebellious streak, Joel, a quiet boy who seems perpetually uncomfortable, and others who each bring their own quirks and struggles to the group. Among them is Graham, a college student with a cool, defiant attitude that immediately catches Megan's attention. Graham is everything Megan isn't: confident, unapologetic, and unwilling to bend to her parents' expectations. The camp's curriculum is as absurd as its decor. Step 1 involves admitting you're gay, a process that's both awkward and liberating for Megan. For the first time, she's forced to confront feelings she's buried deep down. But any progress she makes in understanding herself is quickly overshadowed by the ridiculous activities that follow. Step 2 involves rediscovering gender roles through stereotypical tasks: boys chop wood and fix cars, while girls clean, cook, and frolic in pink tutus. It's a caricature of 1950s gender norms that would be hilarious if it weren't so harmful. As Megan navigates the program, she finds herself both frustrated and fascinated by Graham. The two form a tentative friendship, bonding over their shared disdain for the camp's methods. Graham's confidence inspires Megan to question her own beliefs about sexuality and identity, even as she struggles to reconcile her feelings with her upbringing. Their relationship grows deeper with each passing day, though both are careful to keep their budding connection a secret from Mary and the other staff. Not everyone at the camp is as compliant as Megan initially tries to be. Early on, she stumbles upon two male campers, Dolph and Clayton, making out behind a shed. Shocked and unsure of what to do, Megan screams, inadvertently alerting Mike. The fallout is swift and harsh. Dolph is expelled from the camp, while Clayton is confined to isolation as punishment. The incident leaves Megan shaken, a harsh reminder of the camp's oppressive environment. Despite the strict rules, the campers find ways to push back. Larry and Lloyd, two former True Directions graduates who now live as an openly gay couple, act as secret allies for the campers. They sneak them out to a local gay bar, giving them a taste of freedom and a glimpse of a world where they can be themselves without fear of judgment. For Megan, the bar outing is a revelation. She watches in awe as Graham dances confidently, her walls beginning to crumble as she realizes the depth of her feelings. Back at camp, the tension between Megan and Graham reaches a boiling point. One night, they sneak away to share an intimate moment, finally giving in to their mutual attraction. It's a turning point for Megan, who starts to embrace her identity rather than fight it. But their happiness is short-lived. Mary discovers their relationship and expels Megan from the camp. Graham, torn between her love for Megan and her fear of losing her family's support, decides to stay. Homeless and heartbroken, Megan finds refuge with Larry and Lloyd, who welcome her with open arms. Determined not to give up on Graham, she teams up with Dolph to stage a daring rescue. Together, they crash the camp's graduation ceremony, where Megan makes one final plea to Graham. In an unforgettable moment, she performs a heartfelt cheer she's composed just for her, declaring her love in front of everyone. The gesture is enough to convince Graham to leave the camp and embrace a future with Megan. The film ends on a hopeful note. Megan's parents, initially resistant to her identity, attend a PFLAG meeting to start their journey toward understanding. Megan and Graham drive off into the sunset, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead, united by their love and newfound sense of self.